So clearly we are Jim's pet peeve every single day.
Oh, you guys we're on it. We start wins at like 8:01
Yeah, like right now.
right now.
So clearly we
What
are
what
Jim's
takes
pet.
what
What takes the longest is just getting the YouTube queued up. It always misses the best part. The first like 2 minutes is always the best banter back and forth, and then we start rolling in. So happy Tuesday. I'm gonna tell you guys, I almost didn't wear a purple shirt today. I wanted to wear my black t-shirt so bad. I did it for you. I did it for you.
Don't you dare change the color.
If Carhartt made a purple t-shirt without a pocket, man, I'd be all over it. All over it. But they don't. It's all Gracie's fault. So she's like, what did I do? All right. Happy morning. It's 8:02. I want to hear from you. What are your wins, your celebrations, something you're proud of, or just something, something good in your life?
Potentially opening escrow this morning on my listing.
Awesomes.
Yes.
Got a new listing.
Way to go, Gracie. Killing it. Loving that. Look at that California energy right now. And come on. Come on. Oh, Amanda passed her real estate exam yesterday. Congratulations. That's huge. That's a big win.
My VA buyers got their offer accepted yesterday.
Way to go, Kaylin. VA under contract. Man, some great shit happening. Real good shit. See how fast those wins came out? I love it. So, where we at with our 66-day challenges? Quick check-ins. Did you register your numbers yesterday?
I had to start over on Monday, but
Okay. Tell me more.
transparency. I just missed the scribe on Sunday, but I'm starting over. I mean, I have a big, to do since it's 6, but 5 out of 6 ain't bad.
5 out of 6 ain't bad. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? I'm putting my numbers in right now. I wasn't in the office yesterday, so I got some days to catch up on. But I am happy to say that I got to fill in a whole lot of black ink.
You inspired me yesterday. I got 12,000 steps yesterday.
Attaboy.
Fat dog also got 12,000 steps. She was not happy about that.
Hey, it's all good. The funny thing is people grow into the conversations we have around them as much as people grow into the activities we have around them. I can tell you, my kids are like, "What the heck? I don't like this." Like, Sky put his trash by the back door instead of taking it all the way to the dumpster. So I walked back in his room. I was like, "Hey, did you take your trash out?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Where is it?" He goes, "I took it out." Where? Out. Where? And then he caught the guess. He's like, by the back door. I'm all, oh, okay. And I just stood there and gave it a pregnant second and looked at him like, and he like slowly got out of bed and begrudgingly walked and took it all the way to the dumpster. Don't do things half-assed. Do them whole-assed. Get shit out of the way. Get it done, right? Nobody likes a half-ass. Ain't nobody said, damn, look at that half-ass. Nobody. Nobody. There ain't no rap songs about half-asses. Nothing.
You say that after the fact. You're like, damn.
Why I'm going to the gym. Yeah. Working out that butt. Yeah.
I'm about to go back to the gym right now. I left half my workout in the car, so I got to go redo it. All right. Yesterday we talked about a lot of small things. So today I want to talk about a lot of big things. So what are the big things we need to talk about to make sure that we're on par, in momentum, on the way to making ourselves more successful? Are we seeing more activity in the market this week than we did last week? Yes. Why?
Personally, I think it's people, it's every time there's a new headline, a new whatever, whether it's interest rates, whether it's, Elon launching something into space, whatever, right? There's that initial freeze, like, oh, what is that going to do to the market? And then there's that, oh, it didn't really do anything. Cool, I can move forward.
Yeah. There's always the blip. Things happen, right? There's the radar ping, something happens, ping. And there's the blip afterwards, and it's the wave. The big blip was tariffs. Oh my God, what's happening with all the tariffs? They're tariffable. Now, we're kind of a couple weeks past it. Is it business as usual? No, but people get back on their grind. People get back on their day to day. So we need to capture that energy, to capture that momentum. Okay. It is what it is. Rates are shitty. The stock market is shitty. Housing prices are shitty. But do we still have people buying and selling? Yeah. This isn't an industry where the skilled are going to prevail. We are well past the age of lucky. There are agents out there right now that are getting out of this business because it's hard. Everything I do, I just can't get any business. Well, what are you doing? There are agents in this business that are killing it. Why? Probably because they're the ones that are going out there and attacking it. They're the ones that are getting on the phones. They're the ones doing open houses. They're the ones knocking on doors. They're the ones out there showing the world you can still buy and sell houses. I talk to agents every day, hundreds of them a week. And the ones that are making money aren't complaining. Well, they are. They're just complaining about being busy. They're complaining about needing leverage. They're complaining about, I need help. I'm too busy. I'm struggling. But the other ones are complaining about everything else. When people are busy, when people are non-productive, they find reasons to bitch and moan about simple shit. But when agents are crushing it, agents are out there putting deals under contract and figuring things out, they don't let the minor BS slow them down. Oh, the system's not working right? It's okay, work around it. Oh, you don't have access to your email? That's okay, I'll get to it later. I got things to do. There's too many things that you can control to not be successful. So what are the things that you're struggling with right now? Let's talk about it. What are the things that you are having a hard time getting through that we can help give you some magic pills around? I see Joanne's getting introspective, which I appreciate. There's a reason she's a multi-million-dollar producer, guys. It's because she's thinking about it. She's getting serious about her job. It's not just, I'm on this call because I have to be. No, she wants to be. She wants to learn. So think about it. What's something you're struggling with? What's one conversion point you're having a problem with? I mean, hell, Caitlin just told you she got a VA buyer under contract. Is VA the most desirable loan type out there right now? No. Is there a stigma around them?
I don't know why, but yes.
I don't know why either, but there is definitely a stigma around them. It's kind of dumb. But that's because we've set that. Now, sellers don't care. They just want to get the house sold. They're excited to get an offer. I put 2 deals under contract yesterday morning. And both of them, the sellers were just excited to get an offer. And I'm like, hold on, don't accept it quite yet. I think I can get you a better deal. If you can save a seller $1,000, do they like you? You're working for them. If you can save a buyer a few $1,000s, do they like you? Because you're working for them. So, where can you help them better? Do you know all the places you can negotiate? Do you know all the things you can ask for? Are you picking up the phone and saying, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer's agent, Mr. and Mrs. Seller's agent, whatever side you're on, find out what's important? Got a conversation Sunday. This is an offer sent in on our new listing. Just went live on Thursday. Got an offer on Sunday. So buyer's agent calls me up, says, hey, just submitted over an offer. Just wanted you to know. Perfect. It's the first conversation I've had with the guy. Didn't call me to show the house. Didn't tell me he was showing the house. Didn't tell me nothing about the buyer. Just say, sent you over an offer. I call that a blind offer because I don't know where it's coming from or even look for it. And he had sent it 5 hours before he called me. I think he was just more stressed out that I didn't receive it or say anything, but it's Sunday. Am I checking my emails on Sunday? No, that's the Lord's Day. If I can't have Chick-fil-A, I'm not reading emails. But he calls me up and he says, here's the thing. I said, okay, I'll go look at the offer. And I looked at the offer. They're asking, list price, come in full price, but they're asking for $9,000 in concessions and $11,000 in buyer's agent's compensation. Do the math. How much money is that? It's $20,000. Is my seller anticipating paying some buyer compensation? Yeah. Does my buyer's agent know that? No. So now I have on paper that they're asking for $20,000 in buyer's side credit. $9,000 to the costs, $11,000 to the agent. So I send a text back, and I want you guys to put yourself in the position of this buyer's agent right now. You haven't talked to me. You don't have a relationship with me. You don't know anything of me other than the fact that I have this listing. And my text to you is received. That's it. Then an hour later, when I actually had time to sit down and review the contract and go over the math, I text you, wow, $20,000, huh? That's it. Where's your head at?
I pissed them off.
Right? Oh no. Oh no.
I shouldn't have sent that text.
I should have said, like, oh, you guys ever seen that little monkey, the Planet of the Apes? Oh no. But it's all part of the game. He picks up the phone and calls me and says, hey, Dan, the buyers love this house. They really want it. Is there anything we can do? I was like, you're asking for a lot. Yeah, I told him that. It's for the first days on market, asking for so much. It's probably not in their best interest, but they really like the house. That's great. I'm glad they like the house. It's a great house. Again, not saying much. And he volunteers up. Well, I talked to them and found out they're both getting bonuses in the next couple of weeks. And so we could probably reduce the buyer's credit to only $6,000. I'm like, oh, okay. Great. What have we just done? Did we just save our seller $3,000?
You let them stick their foot in their mouth.
Here's a funny story. I called the seller and said, hey, you got an offer. They're asking for $20,000 in credit. He goes, great. When do we close? He didn't care. He just wants it sold. I had already prepped him for having 3% in concessions and 3% to the buyer's agent. Because when you're buying entry-level price points, do you think your buyers are going to be entry-level buyers? And don't most entry-level buyers need a little help when you buy the house? And how did I get there? Because I said, hey, Mr. Seller, by the way, when you bought this house, you got X amount of dollars in credit. And that made it so much easier for you to buy it, didn't it? Right. Yeah, Joanne's like, oh, that makes total sense now. I didn't say anything about the negotiations. I didn't say anything at all about me pushing back on it. All I did is just say, wow, $20,000. The other agent freaked out and went to work for me. My seller was totally okay because I'd already set him up for this scenario. I already told him what to expect, and we were right in the ballpark. I'd actually told him to anticipate around $21,000, $22,000 in credit. And when we came in at 20, he was happy. But then I sent it to him and I said, "Oh, and by the way, I just saved you another $3,000." He's like, "Oh, wow, really? That's awesome." Silence can do a lot of heavy lifting when you say the right things. So don't be afraid to ask for stuff. Don't be afraid as a listing agent to push back. Don't be afraid as a buyer's agent to ask.
I have a question.
We have answers.
So I got an offer for my listing and it was slightly below. Still a good offer, cash offer, 21-day close. I'm going to ask them to shorten some contingencies, but I don't know if you guys feel this way, but like sometimes I'm just like what to your point was, you're like, I want to push back. I did present the offer to my client and they were really stoked about it. They really don't want to pay like they want to get they've been wanting to get rid of this property since like yesterday if they could. And so when I talked to him, he was like, "Well, I could wait for something better." And then I told him, I said, "Well, if like what would it look like if you paid, like you'd have to pay more into the mortgage." So I was just kind of giving him like both of those scenarios, but like to his point, like, well, there could be something better. And I'm just thinking like, there could be something better. Do we accept an offer 3 days in? Do we give some more time? Like, I don't, what do you guys do in that instance?
Group, what do you think?
What's your expiration date on the offer?
I still, 2 days from now, another day.
Well, it's probably three. If you got it yesterday, it's 3 days starting today, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You don't have to give them an answer.
Okay.
What I would
If that's
do,
what's on the contract. I don't know what's on the contract.
Yeah. I think it expires tomorrow.
I know the default is 3 days, so.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Unfortunately, most agents use the default.
something that I wish I would have done on my listing, because we got a really good offer 2 days in too, which we were like, we can't decline this offer. I wish I would have put in the MLS a deadline for offers because I did receive multiple backup offers. So if I would have gotten those beforehand and been able to like show all of them to my sellers at once, I think that would have been really good on my end, because a lot of these backup offers were like, "Oh, like we didn't know you guys were going to go into escrow so fast. Like we were writing an offer right now," which also, like Dan said, like none of those agents called me.
Mhm.
None of them asked what terms my sellers were looking for, which isn't the best. The offer that we accepted, the agent was super diligent in asking what the sellers wanted and how they could make the offer perfect and all the things. But also, my sellers were hesitant because they're like, okay, if we got to offer this great right off the bat, then what if there's a better one? So I think if I were to put that in the MLS and receive multiple offers, then I could present it to my sellers and say, hey, this is what I put in the MLS. These are all the people that showed the home, and this is, the offer.
I like what Anthony put in the chat. If the deal works for everyone, don't lose it for an if.
Yep.
That's another reason where I'm like, we should open escrow, just because of what I'm seeing too in this neighborhood. Like things have been sitting for a while and it's like such a cookie cutter neighborhood that like people are really looking at price.
But I don't think the question was, do I take the deal early or not? The question was, how, do I wait for other offers or not, right?
Yeah. So he was really excited about it. He was like, I just
Bird in the hand.
like that.
I said a bird in the hand.
Can't you still counter though?
Yeah, if you don't know this story, it's a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush, because people will not see what they have because they're looking at what's possible and not there. But yeah, you can absolutely still counter and push up and hey, we got a ton of interest. If you guys are interested in this house, let's do it. I'll do a multiple counter offer on them. Push it up there. Let's see what we can do.
But let them author that idea. You could just give guidance.
We
Yeah.
don't have multiple offers though. So
So pick one, go under contract. I like the idea if you know you're going to get traffic. So you're coming soon. We talked about this last week. You're coming soon on Monday,
mhm.
right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is kind of the prep. You're going live either Thursday or Friday, depending on what you like in your market. You kind of gauge the interest because if you're getting a bunch of phone calls Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hey, when's this house on the market? Hey, can I show it?
Yeah.
You know you're getting some interest. You might say, you know what? We're going to hold all showings until Saturday at noon. That way, just stack those agents. Have 5, 6, 7 agents waiting for Saturday at noon. Run them through the house, and then come Sunday, whatever, or Monday, say all offers due by Monday at 5 p.m. Seller will make their response by Tuesday at noon. That way, you'll have everything in, and it kind of creates urgency.
Mhm.
Well, you look like an idiot if you do that on a house that doesn't have grandiose desire. Like if it's an ugly ass house, you're gonna get one showing in 6 months. Might not be the best plan to do so. But if you've got something that's gonna be hot to trot, you know it's gonna grab some attention, or you've priced it below market because you're trying to incentivize that rush of people. Great. Set yourself up for success and have the multiple offers. Have the showing frenzy and then the offer frenzy. Because I think right now buyers have lost a little bit of that urgency. Like this one buyer's agent, I love this right here. Calls me 4 times yesterday. I'm picking my son up, taking him to the doctor's office. I'm in a meeting. I got your voicemail. I'll call you in a little bit. Calls me again. I'm in a meeting. Just text me. Right? Hi, Daniel. I was about to send you the offer on the house at Floral Cliff, but I see you're already marked as contingent. You didn't mention yesterday that you had an offer. Is there anything that could be done? Well, I talked to him yesterday. He called me up and we actually talked about the deal. And he was very much so like, oh, my buyer is very interested. Cash buyer. And they're going to offer you just below list price. And I said, well, if you offer just below list price, that's probably not going to be in your buyer's best interest. Why did I know that? Because I already had an offer. It's kind of funny. He goes, oh, well, I'm sorry. My buyer was going to put an offer in. I was like, then you should have put one in already.
Mhm.
I don't know what to tell you. Like you waited because you thought, oh, in this market, we're just going to, have all the time in the world. No, because a good priced home, a decent area is going to sell. You as a seller's agent get to create that urgency, get to create that excitement that gets the home sold. As a buyer's agent, you need to create the urgency in your client and say, this may not be here. How many of you have gone and looked at a house that's been on the market for 50, 60, 70 days? They did a price reduction. It's been on the market forever. And then all of a sudden, 3 offers.
That's my favorite. I'm like, you're full of crap.
And they're like, no, we got multiple offers. And like you're like, no, they didn't. And honestly, they did. They got multiple offers because all of a sudden, we get through one of those blips, right? The radar ping and then the blip. We get through a blip. There's a price change. Oh my God, that's a nice house. Why didn't I see that house? You're like, I've shown you this house 6 fucking times. And now they're like, that's the one. Let's go put an offer. And you're like,
You told me you hated the wallpaper. You never buy a house with that wallpaper.
we could have closed on this house 3 times over already. But no, you didn't want to see it. Now you want to see it. But then that's the thing is buyers will do that. So you got to create the urgency.
Funny.
It's funny that people will circle back against what they said they were going to do. Your job is to create the urgency and ask the questions. Do you want to buy this house? Do you want to live in this house? And let's make an offer.
Mhm.
But don't remind them of when they said no to something because things change. I'm under contract at an $800,000 house that the buyer hated on picture. Oh man, I hate that house. It's ugly. It's an ugly house. And they're like, well, we're coming to town. We want to see that house. I'm like, you know what? Okay. We walked in and the wife's like, "Oh my God, it's not as bad as the pictures. I love this." The husband walks right out of the backyard, literally walks to the backyard, puts his hands on his hip like a science teacher. If you guys can imagine a science teacher puts their hands on their hips and just looks at the board. He does that, stares at the mountain view and goes, "Yep, this is it." And this is a house that they hated. So don't listen to buyers. Things
Buyers
change.
are liars.
Things change. It's okay.
I have a nice home and I put it on the market and I'm not getting any hits. So I think the price is too high, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We
Price
have-
overcomes all buyer objections.
Yeah, we have the pricing metrics, don't we? If we're not getting showings, tells us something. We're not getting offers, tells us something. So let's look at this real quick. If you guys remember the target, if I could find it. Target.
I have one also, Andrea, that we put it on the market last week and we didn't even get a phone call on it. And I knew it was too high when we were putting it on.
Yeah. Yeah. My client wanted to go higher. I just wanted to go a little bit higher because it was very nice, but they wanted to take it up even higher. So
Which is fine. And I'm okay pricing high. We'll take your house high on the market. But here's the thing, right? If we're not getting any phone calls, drive-bys only, we're about 10%, 12% off on price. Okay, but you're getting drive-bys. And the number of showings are super low. 6 to 12% off. Like the green, no showings at all. Orange, couple of showings. Couple, maybe 1, 2.
You're on the wrong screen, brother, I think. You're on your calendar.
oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'm looking over, I'm like, you guys are just not following along. It's because I moved it. That's why. I moved it to my big screen so I could see the whole thing.
There you go.
So
Mm.
12% off, right? You're doing drive-bys only. These are the people that are just looking online. Maybe 1, maybe 2 showings a week. Maybe. You're off 6 to 12%. You got some showings, but you're getting no offers. You're getting closer. Babe, you're there, 4 to 6%. But if your price is on, you're getting showings and you're getting offers. Remember, who sets the price?
The buyer.
The buyers.
Wrong.
The market.
Oh, the market.
The seller sets the price. Who dictates the value?
I mean, the seller. Yeah, you
Buyer.
meant to say the seller.
I know. It was a trick question just to fuck with you. I wanted you guys to think about it. The seller sets the price, the market sets the value. Just because it's the price doesn't mean that's what it's going to sell for. That's the marketing, right? That is our marketing offering because we've offered it at $400,000. Fantastic. Doesn't mean that's where it's going to sell. You set the price, the market sets the value. And if buyers aren't looking at it, they clearly see something wrong. So remember, what are the 4 things that sell a house? Location, right? Can you change the location?
No.
Houses? No. Condition. Can you change the condition?
Yes.
You can if they're willing to do the investment, but most of the time you just price it accordingly. Marketing, right? Are you showing it to people? And last is price. Well, it's funny. Location is shit. I can price it accordingly. Condition is shit. I can price it accordingly. Marketing is shit. I can price it accordingly. So if the marketing is on point, the location's on point, the condition's on point, there's only one thing. One thing that's a factor of change. And what is it? The price. So tomorrow, let's talk more about pricing anchors. Okay. I think this is a good conversation to have both for buyers and sellers alike. Because if you're not having the conversation around value expectation, what are you doing? Because how many of us have houses that are listed and now a new listing in that area pops up and now there's competition?
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen at my listing too.
We had one about $10,000 below us the day we went live. They did a price drop. And, you know, I told my clients, I said, hey, just a heads up, they did a price drop, whatever. They said, well, we're a single story, more desirable. It's a corner lot, better view. I said, I agree with all those things. But we've got to find the buyers to show them that.
Mhm.
Either we're chasing the market or we're leading the market. You figure out which one. If the market's going down, where should you be?
Down.
In front of it. Get out and ahead of it. If you're losing 2% a month, probably should do a 3 or 5% price reduction.
So accept my offer, right?
Yeah, accept my offer.
It's up to your sellers.
Yeah, if it works for your sellers are happy, don't risk it. If the market's trending away from you, a bird in hand is better than two in the bush.
I hear you guys. Okay.
Guide
Great
them,
conversation.
don't tell
Great
them.
conversation.
You guys should really accept this offer. You know, I wouldn't say that. Say, this is where we're at. You know, congratulations.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel
Yeah,
about this?
exactly.
Does this work for you?
Yeah.
What do you
I did say that he's like, I wanted to get rid of this house yesterday.
Good. Let's get this thing under contract. Let's get it closed.
Okay.
Do you think I could have made more money with another offer? No, I don't think that, because this is the offer that we took.
Yeah, he's very much like that.
Do you think this is a good deal? I don't know. Do you think it's a good deal? I mean, it's not bad. Okay. Is it not bad or is it good? Oh, it's a good deal. Then let's take it.
I wouldn't pay that much for my house. That's my favorite one.
I wouldn't pay that much. Then it looks like we got ourselves a good deal. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us this morning. Welcome to Tuesday. The newbies on the call, you're welcome. The oldies on the call,